from our model, it's this: is in a high inflation environment, property is an inflation resistant asset by and large.
Oh yeah.
And you can see the net inflows going into the asset class at the moment. And Bill Gates is now the US's biggest property owner, et cetera, et cetera. Blackstone also.
And I think it's worth noting this for the audience. Like, I mean, we didn't see a 12% US inflation rate since what, the 1970s, maybe? You know, so there's never been a point where Americans, you know, who are under 50 really have seen this situation where every year the stuff in your bank account is worth 10% less. You just can't buy as much stuff for the same amount of money. And so that tends to cause a flight out of cash and into hard assets like real estate and gold, because otherwise you're just sitting there losing money very rapidly.
Yes, and we again, we're fundamentalists in many ways in this space. So what we realized, we worked with some of the central banks and some of the supervisory boards of central banks back in 16 and 17, and we did some modeling around this. And we looked at the fiscal and monetary tools that they were able to deploy in a high debt scenario. And they were clear. Their tools no longer are effective. And they gave us, I won't scare everybody on this call, some very, very finite timelines by which they thought the current system in its fiscal and monetary tools could continue to operate in the way that it does. So we're at a transition point. Now, this has happened many times over the last 200 years. This is not the first time. You know, our fiat is being debased, and people are reaching out and trying to find a currency that they can trust. And many of the fiat currencies are currently failing. This is perfect for us in the digital asset world, because this is where naturally people will go if but only we as an industry can make sure that we have the processes, the systems, the oversight, transparency, governance that's needed here.